Real Madrid, Man United, and Barcelona all have an eye for one of the biggest football talents. And if you've been watching the World Cup, you know his name is Gilberto Mora, the youngest Mexican to ever play at the tournament. So today, I'm becoming his agent and controlling every decision of his career to help him achieve his dream of winning the Champions League with Barcelona. And because the MX is not in the game, Gilberto Mora is a free agent, and I now have to talk to multiple clubs to see where he'd be playing regular football at. But after a lot of discussions, I have found the perfect offer in Europe. And that club is in Austria, in Red Bull Salzburg, the team that produced talents like Erling Braut Haaland and Karim Adeyemi. And this is the start of his journey of winning the Champions League with Barca, because he's my favorite player in real life. Also, want a Ballon d'Or from him. But as you guys know, Mora is 17, 73 overall, can play cam left wing and in midfield, and his passing and his dribbling, of course, is his best stats. And Gilberto Mora will actually be a starter in this team. If he wants to impress bigger clubs in Europe, he needs to achieve certain goals. So I bring Mora into my office and let him know, I'm glad you chose me as your agent. I promise you I'll take you to the top. I think this first season you must focus. A top tier playmaker, get 10 assists, and I'm sure some clubs will be impressed. Yes sir, I'll do anything it takes to represent my nation, but more importantly, win the Champions League with my dream club in Barcelona. And getting 10 assists should be easy, as he has Konate and Max Verstappen up top. But to make sure of that, we definitely need to increase his passing way more than already it is. We're gonna go for the advanced playmaker role. But it's now time for Mora's debut here at Salzburg. But before we go into that, I want to start doing a weekly video on a player we never do videos on. No Lamines, no Vinicius. I want you guys to decide what player we should take over every single week by dropping his name and maybe a reason in the comment section. And if you like somebody else's suggestion, make sure to like it, because the most liked comment will be the player's career I take over. It doesn't matter who it is. It just needs to be the most liked comment. And now it's Gilberto Mora on the ball. His first touches here at RB Salzburg. Can he create an opportunity? He's looking for that through ball. He does find Max Verstappen, who cuts back. Verstappen, come on, man. You gotta get rid of it. And now it's Gilberto Mora again after that first brilliant through ball. Can he find another one? He finds Konate. And now it's a striker on the ball. Gives it to Mora. Mora into Verstappen. 1v1. Can he finish? And it goes in. It only took 28 minutes for Mora to get his first assist. Verstappen on the ball again, gives it to Gilberto Mora. Here he goes. Can he go in and do something here? Mora cuts back into Konate. Konate with the finish. Great save. Mora on the corner now. Can he find somebody's head? It falls into Bidstrup. Come on, Konate, and it goes in. It may not be an assist, but it's a great chance created that led to a great goal. And at halftime, Mora has come off the pitch. A great debut. But just remember, I'll be making some tough decisions in the near future as his agent. And Gilberto Mora has reached his first final. I have no idea how to say that trophy name or that team name, but can he boss that midfield in the biggest game of his career? Winning this trophy might get him some great offers this summer. And the game kicks off. Here comes Mora. Gets rid of one player, gets rid of a second. Great through ball all the way to Konate. Can he somehow get there? The defending is bad. Shot blocked, but it falls back into Konate. What's going on? Liner on the ball, gives it all the way into Gilberto Mora. Here comes the young Mexican talent, looking for the through ball, gives it into Konate, and it goes in. It has taken Salzburg only 30 minutes to lead this game. And now it's Max Verstappen on the ball, gives it out wide into Liner. Here comes the fullback, cuts back, looking to find Gilberto Mora. He's the chance creator. Mora with the cross in. Can he find Konate? No, Konate, you gotta get there. Bidstrup gives it into Mora. Oh, he's on the run now, looking for the goal. Another goal to make it 2-0. Great shot, great save. Mora into Kajaragard from the corner, back into Gilberto Mora. Here comes the young Mexican. Can he shoot from there? It just goes wide. We need to work on his shooting next season for sure. Midfielder into Gilberto Mora. Here he comes. Can he get rid of his defender? Yes, he does. He's on his weak foot though. Can he finish? Oh, it's another great save. Bidstrup gives it to Gilberto Mora. Can he get rid of the defenders? Yes, he does. Gets rid of one. Gets rid of a second. This guy wants his first goal. Squares it instead into Konate, and it goes in. Right before halftime, he just gave up on shooting. This game's over, man. And the whistle is blown. Salzburg lift the trophy, and Mora gets his first ever medal. But the question is, did he reach 10 assists? And also, what clubs are going to be interested in him this summer? But Mora has also won his first league title by a huge margin here, and even helped his two strikers to get 18 goals each. But how many assists was it? And he gets 5 goals and 12 assists, surpassing what I expected from him, and now growing to a +4 to now a 77 overall. There has to be lots of European clubs ready to sign this kid. Season 2, the first offer he receives is the Premier League in Leeds United. And yeah, I had to double check, he is still in the Premier League. However, more offers are set to come in, but every offer has different terms. I'll get into that in just a little bit. Ooh, the second offer is from RC Strasbourg. This is a good offer, but it's maybe a path to Chelsea Football Club who like to buy from this team. And the final offer, of course, is RB Leipzig. Every player that goes to Strasbourg also goes to RB Leipzig. But now let's go ahead and see what the terms are. Well, first of all, RB Leipzig, Gilberto Mora will be considered a bench player, but with a promise to be a starter in his second season there. Lineup, Leeds United, lineup, Leeds United, lineup, Leeds United, lineup, Leeds United, lineup, Strasbourg, lineup, Strasbourg, lineup, Strasbourg, lineup, Strasbourg, lineup. And the second option is Strasbourg, who have offered him a starting 11 position as a left winger, because they do play with wingers, but Enciso is in that cam position. But of course, also a potential future transfer to Chelsea. And the final offer is Leeds United. He will get a starting 11 in his preferred position at the 10, but can also play with his Mexican teammate and Alexis Vega. Let me talk to Mora and see what decision we come up to. So I bring Mora to the office. Here are the terms from every club that's offered you. What would you like? Mora says, I'm gonna be honest, I don't mind. I fully trust in you. I just know for sure I don't want to be sitting on the bench. So let's eliminate that RB Leipzig offer. And my final decision is that Mora joins RB Strasbourg. He wants to win the Champions League, but more importantly, that Ballon d'Or as well. I don't think he can do it from the number 10. And Strasbourg promised him a left wing spot. Maybe one day he'll play for Chelsea before going to Barca. So now as a Strasbourg player, he went down on -2, but it's okay. He'll grow into that role. And like he was promised, he is starting on that left wing. Very talented Enciso and Barco in the midfield. And even Yasin, who's an incredible talent. But interestingly, the Strasbourg manager wants him to play at an inside forward role. So I talked to Gilberto Mora and say, the whole world knows you're capable of chance creation, but because Enciso is in the midfield creating chances, the manager wants you to score goals. So why not go ahead and get at least 8 goals in all competitions? Mora says, don't you worry, I'm going to do even more than that. I want to go ahead and do 12 to 15 to really show the world that I'm a world-class talent. And one day I can win the UCL for Barcelona. But with 68 shooting, that is going to be tough. So the inside forward role is what I'm giving him. It's time for Mora's debut against Lens. As you can see, I want to see him score a goal. And now Julio Enciso on the ball. Here comes the Paraguayan, gives it all the way to Gilberto Mora. Playing in his new position, cuts inside, gives it back to Julio Enciso. Through ball into Mora with a shot, and it goes. What a finish from the young Mexican. His first ever shot in Ligue 1. Mwanga on the ball, gives it to Mora. Mora into Julio. Enciso back into Gilberto Mora. Here he comes again. Can he get another goal? Squares it instead to Pancelli. Oh, he has to score that, man. Julio Enciso now on the ball. The chance creator here gives it through ball into Mora. This might be a crazy dynamic duo in the future for Strasbourg or even for Chelsea. Oh, top corner again. What was happening in Austria? He seems to be a world-class finisher all of a sudden. 2 goals. And in the second half, Mora's coming off. He should have had an assist as well. But it's a masterclass on his top 5 league debut. Let's see how he grows into this new position. And it's a man of the match in his Strasbourg debut. Let's see how he does. And up next, Mora will have to face PSG. And so far, Mora's the top goal scorer alongside Joaquin Panicelli, which has led to an interesting conversation. And that conversation is with Gary O'Neill, the Strasbourg manager. And he says, I've loved Mora's form this season, and I know we just let him in his new role, but we want to test and maybe make a permanent move and have Mora play in a 2 up front as a false 9. Would you want him to play up front as striker or continue to work on that left wing spot? So boys, that is a lot to think about. Obviously, Mora has his 4 goals already, but my problem is actually the future. His potential future club in Chelsea will sign him as a number 9 and Barcelona. When it comes to the Prem, with Mora being so short, can he actually deal with the physicality? So it's time I made my decision. I tell Gary O'Neill, I'm sorry. Let's keep him on that left wing for now, maybe in the future. Let's see how he does on the left against PSG, and more importantly, throughout the rest of the season here. And now it's Strasbourg on the ball, gives it to Julio Enciso, who finds Panicelli. Panicelli, great through ball into Gilberto Mora. He's 1v1, but he's offside just by a little bit. Vitinha into Ousmane Dembele, who finds Kivicha. Kvaratskhelia, 1v1, Fabian looking for the shot. Can we stop it? It hits the post. Dembele back on the ball, gives it to Fabian Ruiz, and this time he bangs it in, still hitting the post. Strasbourg are not expected to win this game, but I'm hoping Mora can do something great here. Desiree Doué now on the ball, gives it to Ousmane Dembele, who finds Fabian Ruiz. Kvaratskhelia, Dembele, Vitinha. Oh, my days are cooking as this team is so good. Vitinha shot save. Valentin Barco all the way into Julio Enciso. Here comes Strasbourg, finds a brilliant through ball into Gilberto Mora. He's offside again, ref. He's not off. Okay, here's the Julio Enciso pass. Is he offside? What? Yo, that is so close. His arm, man. Come on. But somehow it's still 1-0. PSG looking to make it 2 Dembele. What a world-class finish there. And it's 2-0 in the 34th, man. There's no 3 points coming today. Desiree Doué gives it to Kivicha. Kvaratskhelia. João Neves. Kvaratskhelia. Oh, my days. This is bad, man. This is so bad. Second half now. Barco gives it to Mora. Can you at least impress PSG? Because maybe they could be interested to you in the summer or something. Mora cuts inside. It's still Gilberto. Gilberto Mora with the finesse. And it goes in. It's terrible defending for PSG. Or is it a cooking from Mora? That's his best goal of his career already. And the whistle is blown. It ends 3-1. But Mora did what I wanted him to do. Score a goal. But also do something special that might put him in the radar of some super clubs. And to finish off this season, they finish in 5th in the Europa League spot. Mora will play Europa League football if he stays. And unfortunately, no Coupe de France win for Mora this year. But Mora wasn't lying. 14 goals and 6 assists still. A +3 to an 80 overall. His finishing has drastically improved. I see why the manager wanted him up top. And he's also gained some playstyles, an incisive tiki-taka, technical, and first touch, as his stats are continuing to grow. Dude, he even got to the Ligue on Team of the Season in his first ever year. That's ridiculous. But let's see what's next in Season 3 for Mora. And in Season 3, Luis Enriquez has expressed interest and wants to sign Mora this season. But the terms are he'd be a bench player for the next 2 seasons. And if he continues to improve, he'll eventually start in the 3rd. But of course, there's the promise of multiple Champions Leagues in those 2 years. And of course, the other option is to stay at Strasbourg and play European football. That's the decision I want to make. But that's not up to me. That's up to Mora. So I speak to Mora and let him know PSG want to sign you right here, right now. But you'd be a bench player for 2 years. I suggest you reject that. But I know the PSG legacy. Winning a Champions League this year is definitely possible. And the money is life-changing for your family. I'm leaving this one up to you. Mora says, I would love to play for PSG one day. And the money would change my life and my family's forever. But you're right. If I want to win the Champions League with Barcelona one day, I cannot sit on the bench, even if it's for PSG, for 2 years. So Gilberto Mora at 19 has decided to say potential to be special. That's 90 plus potential. And he'll be playing Europa League football. I still think that shooting needs a lot of work. But so does his pace. You know what? Let's go for the winger role, because that also gets his skill moves up. And Strasbourg are in the Europa semis, where they lost 2-1 in the first leg to United. But they have already beaten Monaco and Celtic. And United will be tough, and Buemo's their top goal scorer. When he has 21 in all comes, Bruno with 15, even Sancho's making a recovery. Mora needs a special performance if he wants to go to the final. Here comes Man United. Brian and Buemo on the ball. Great cross in into Ugarte, and it goes wide. The worst United player in history almost scored, man. And now it's Valentin Barco gives it into Panicelli. Panicelli to Enciso. Great through ball into Mora. Can they get a goal back? Gilberto finesse, and it goes in. Just like that, the tie is equalized against the biggest Premier League club of all time. Valentin Barco gives it into Mwanga in the midfield. Can he win the ball back? Yes, he does. And he finds Gilberto Mora into Enciso. Panicelli looking for that through ball. He finds Gilberto Mora, who's 1v1 again. This time he's gonna finish it. He scores it instead. Unselfish. He could have gotten a brace in the final, but he gives it to his best friend, Enciso. And now it's Panicelli. Great through ball into Mora in the second half. They have taken the lead in this tie. Gilberto Mora finesse. Oh, great save from Lamin. And now here comes Mora from the corner. Beats his one defender. And now it's Gilberto looking to get rid of another. He gets rid of 2. He gets rid of a 3rd. Mora! What? Go! That has to be the dagger. That's how you impress the best clubs in world football. And he did this against United. And the whistle is blown. Strasbourg are going to the final. And it's all thanks to another Mora masterclass. And the Europa League final will be against Juventus. And Jeremy Doku has been sensational for the old lady, which is ironic because he loves to play against the older players. But 25 goals, 19 for Openda. Belgium duo there. Kenan incredible, Moledo incredible. This is gonna be difficult. But can he go ahead and win his first European trophy against Juve? Otara on the ball gives it to Gilberto Mora, who finds Julio Enciso. Here comes Strasbourg. This should not be in this final. Here comes Gilberto Mora. He's 1v1. Can he finish this? And yes, he does, into the bottom corner. First attack of the day. He already scores a goal. But here come Juventus. Conceição on the ball. Great tackle from the defender. Now it's Enciso. Panicelli straight into Gilberto Mora. Can he find a space here? Can he find Panicelli? Yes, he does. Panicelli. Can he make it 2? Scores it instead into Mora. What did he shoot from there, man? Mora on the ball now. Gives it to Panicelli. Here comes Strasbourg again. Mora with a great through ball. All the way to Julio Enciso. 1v1. Scores it. No. That could have been 2-0. Julio Enciso on the ball. Panicelli back into Enciso right before halftime. Can they find a goal? It falls all the way to Yassine. And here comes the Moroccan winger. It's still Yassine. Looking to score to Panicelli. It's all over, man. It has to be 2 goals in the first half against a team like Juventus. Oh, but here come Juventus. Luis Openda gets rid of the defenders, looking to make it 2-1. Great save. Yassine into Julian Enciso. Here comes Strasbourg on the counter. A through ball all the way into Mora. It's a world-class pass. World-class touch. Mora, 1v1. Can he finish the game? And yo, doesn't. What? Come on, Mora. And the ref blows the whistle. Mora wins his first European trophy. However, he should have finished that chance. Once he figures that out, he will become a world-class player and go to Barcelona. And wow, Strasbourg finished in second in the league and will now have UCO football. And they lost the Coupe de France final on penalties. Mora could have won a double. Oh my days, man. There's levels to this game. He's the second top goal scorer in the league, only behind Kvara. And what a season for Mora. The top goal scorer with 25 and 11 assists. A +5 to an 85. He is slowly becoming a world-class player. The question is, where will he be playing his football next year? And let's not forget, it's 2029. At the end of next year, Mora will be going to the 2030 World Cup. Well, boys. Mora has finally gotten an offer from Barca, but it's not something we're going to accept right away. We need to hear the terms first. And the second offer is from Liverpool in the Prem. Another great offer. And finally, a third offer from Chelsea. So when it comes to the terms, Chelsea have offered Mora a starting position on that left-hand side because, of course, Palmer is playing in the midfield. And when it comes to Liverpool's terms, they have given him a starting position wherever he wants. And he'll be the main man at Anfield. And that's pretty crazy because he'll be playing with the likes of Ekitike, Alexander Isak, and even a new signing like Alex Baena. And Barca's terms are, Mora will be the second most important player in this team after Yamal, but he'll actually start on the bench for season 1 as Rafinha is in his last year of his contract. Now, boys, this is a tough decision here. If I go ahead and speak to Mora and say, these are your offers, these are the terms, what do you want? Mora says, well, I definitely don't want to go to Chelsea. I think it's as huge as a step as going to Barca, my dream club, of course, and Liverpool. And when it comes to Barcelona, I would love to join. That is my first option. But can you maybe speak to Hansi Flick? Maybe I can go ahead and just transfer to Liverpool. And within a season, maybe they could just sign me. So then I speak to Hansi Flick and say, Mora wants to join Barcelona. It's literally his dream club, but he does not want to sit on the bench. Can we change the terms? Or can you maybe come back for him next year after he does a season in the Premier League? It would help with his physicality. Hansi Flick says, we are willing to pay anything it takes for Mora, but Rafinha has a clause in his contract where he has to start every game in this last year, so we don't mind him going to Liverpool. We'll promise we'll come back. So there we go. Mora is now officially a Liverpool player, and let's see if he can handle the physicality before he goes to Barca a year later. But tucking to Iraola eventually is going to be tough, being a star player a year after he joins. So I speak to Iraola and say, look, as you know, Mora wants to go to Barcelona, and we talked about it in the negotiations that he would like to leave Liverpool potentially next year. Iraola says, I completely understand, but he is going to be our star player. Mora can help us win 2 trophies here this season. We'll only accept a huge offer for Mora. I think that seems fair. So there we go. Mora is now a Liverpool player. 87 overall, back to a cam, went up a +2. And look at these world-class stats. Ignore his shooting. He looks incredible. And of course, Mora will be starting in that right attacking mid-side, where he is the only playmaker in the front 3, creating every single chance for Wirtz, Ekitike, and Isak. But if he wants to win a double, we definitely need to work on his shooting. His passing and dribbling is already world class. So Shadow Striker is the only way to go. Liverpool and Mora have reached the Carabao Cup final against City. And this has been City's tournament. 6 goals for Tijani and 4 goals for Haaland. Well, Haaland has been ripping it up in all comps. So has Reindeer's Turkey. This won't be easy, as Mora needs to win 2 trophies for Liverpool to accept the Barca offer. But it falls back into Echeverri, into Erling Braut Haaland. Schlotterbeck gets cooked this time, and back with a great Hugo Ekitike now on the ball. Lays it up into Ryan Gravenberch, and here come Liverpool Football Club. Alexander Isak lays it off into Gilberto Mora. Can he create an opportunity for Ekitike? Can he find him? No, Ekitike. That's a bad run. Kamara gives it into Erling Braut Haaland. City have been dominating. Shot. Easy save. Mora on the ball now, gives it to Gravenberch, who finds Isak. Isak into Gilberto. Gilberto through ball into Alexander Isak with a shot that goes in. Mora with the assist. Isak with the lead. 32nd minute now. Liverpool have just picked up the ball again. Gives it to Gilberto. Gilberto back into Gravenberch. And here come Liverpool. Takes a touch. Gives it to Isak. Into Mora. Ekitike is offside, but now he's not. Here comes Hugo. Ekitike cuts back into Isak. Isak into Mora. Beautiful football from Liverpool. Can they do something? Mora cuts inside. Ekitike left footed. No, he has to shoot, man. Erling Haaland. Great tackle from Schlotterbeck. McAllister gives it into Mora. And here come Liverpool. All the way to Hugo. Ekitike holds it up. Back into Mora. Back into Alexander Isak, who lays it up to Ekitike to make it 2. Yes, it is. Right before halftime, Liverpool double their lead. Alexis McAllister on the ball, gives it to Alexander Isak. Isak into Mora. Mora. I was going to give a through ball there. And it's a red card for Reindeers. This game is over. Alexander Isak on the ball, gives it to Gilberto Mora. Can he go ahead and score the dagger? He gives it to Ekitike instead. 3-0. Wrap up this game. They're becoming Carabao winners. And the whistle is blown. Liverpool and Mora lift the Carabao Cup trophy. That's 1 out of 2 trophies that he needs to win. And Liverpool also went ahead and won the FA Cup. Mora is gonna go to Barcelona for sure. And it's also a Premier League victory via 6 points. Liverpool are cooking, man. But they are also in the Champions League final against PSG. This changes everything. Gilberto Kvaratskhelia has been their top goal scorer, as Bradley Barcola and Ousmane Dembele also have a decent amount of goals. And Mora has cooked 7 goals and 33 assists. Here are the top goal scorers, by the way, as he is now at a 90 overall. If he wins this UCL trophy, he could win the Ballon d'Or. Is there even a point of going to Barca, even if it's his dream club? And just look at all of the play styles he does have now. He is probably one of, if not the best player in the world. But how will he do tonight at Old Trafford? Come on, Mora, win the UCL. PSG are playing incredible football. Ousmane Dembele into Vitinha, into Bradley Barcola. Here come Paris Saint-Germain. Schlotterbeck misses the tackle and it's in. PSG take a 1-0 lead. Mora hasn't done anything in 20 minutes. Gilberto Kvaratskhelia jacket with a great tackle again. And now it's Mora on the ball. Can he create an opportunity for his teammates? And now it's Alexander Isak. He's through one goal. 1v1 with a finish and it goes in. Mora with the assist. It's all squared now. Alexis McAllister finds Ryan Gravenberch, who finds Mora. Mora into Alexander Isak. 1v1 with a finish and it goes in. And they take the lead, but it's offside, man. And it's going to be a penalty shootout. After that Isak offside goal, nothing happened. First player to step up is Alexis McAllister. Where is he gonna go? He goes, the captain, to the bottom right, and he bangs it in. That almost hit the post, though. And now is Vitinha. Come on, PSG, please miss this. Alisson goes the wrong way, man. Alexander Isak already scored a goal. Should have been 2. He was slightly offside. Top left, but it hits the post and out. No, this is not good. Nuno Mendes, the world's best left back, goes down the middle again. What are these lame penalties? Mora, the most important play of his career. He has to score his penalty to keep Liverpool in the game, and he puts it in. Amazing composure from him. Gilberto Kvaratskhelia, probably the favorite to win the Ballon d'Or. Where is he gonna go? He goes to the left, and no, Alisson. Dominic Szoboszlai playing right back. He has completely changed to right back. Goes ahead down the right-hand side, and it goes in 3-3. Bradley Barcola, we know he can miss opportunities. Can he miss today, though? Will he? And no, he does. Oh my days. This is Liverpool's chance. Who go? Ekitike to go to the top left. Amazing, amazing top corner. And now if Labubu misses this, Mora and Liverpool will be UCL winners. And it's Sonny Mayulu to the right, and Alisson has saved it. Liverpool lift the Champions League. Mora is a UCL winner. Is he gonna want to stay at Liverpool or go to Barca and win another? And sadly, we find out that Mexico has not made the World Cup for 2030. No World Cup for Mora this year. So to kick off the very next season, I speak to Mora. Look, the Barcelona deal is done. They've accepted the offer. But now the question is, do you want to stay here at Liverpool? Kvaratskhelia won the last Ballon d'Or. You could probably win it this year. Or do you want to go to your dream club and win it with Barcelona? Mora says it's always been one club. It's always gonna be Barca. So there we go. His decision was made. He is now joining Barcelona and will be playing for the Blaugrana, trying to win the Champions League. But in our conversation, he also made the decision to stay at number 10. He was given an option off the left or at 10, but he says he doesn't care about the Ballon d'Or. He just wants the UCL for Barca, and he believes the number 10 is his best spot. And there we go. He will be starting in that 10 position with this amazing front line. And at a 90 overall, he's the 3rd best player in this team, and he still has much more left to grow. So we're gonna give him the Shadow Striker role again. Let's see how long it takes for him to win the Champions League. And well, in the UCL, they finished in 3rd. Not bad. Round of 16, they destroyed Bruges. Quarterfinals, they destroyed Liverpool. And in the semis, they beat PSG, with Strasbourg getting to a semis as they face Leverkusen in back-to-back UCL finals for Mora. But he also went ahead and easily won La Liga undefeated, lost the Super Cup of España to Celta, but won the Copa del Rey. This kid is on a treble. And this is who Leverkusen have, Anthony Gordon, former Barca player. But in all competitions, it seems the power of friendship is what got Bayer Leverkusen here. Nobody with an insane amount of goals. And Mora hasn't been too special, 13 goals and 11 assists, but played every game, as all the goals and all the assists were spread out throughout the entire team. But now at a 92 overall, he's one of the world's best, ready for the UCL final. But at the Santiago Bernabeu, Mora has to go ahead and achieve his dream. Will he do it? The game kicks off. Here comes Lamine. Give it into Victor Osimhen with a through ball into Gilberto Mora. He's through on goal. Cuts back, gives it into Fermin instead, and they score. He had a 1v1 opportunity, but decided to pass it instead. I can't believe within 5 minutes, Barca are 1-0 up, but here they come on the attack again. Gilberto Mora's on the ball, looking for that space. He finds Lamine Yamal instead of Victor Osimhen. Yamal cuts inside, looking for with a finesse, and it's a screamer from Yamal. Within 10 minutes, Barca make it 2-0. Leverkusen away out of the death. What's up, Henry? What are you doing here? Second half now, Barcelona have been dominating. How they now have scored more than 3 goals. But here comes Lamine Yamal on the ball to get the second. Great shot, great save. Barcelona are building from the back in this second half. It balls into Kubarsi. Kubarsi through ball into Mora. He's through on goal to make it 3-0 with a low-driven finesse. It's all over, bro. He has scored in the UCL final. His dream has become a reality. And the referee blows the whistle. Barca lift the Champions League, and Mora has achieved his dream. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to click on this video right here. I know you're gonna love it.